What's up, guys? Gaonan here, and welcome to episode 4 of Drafting the Masters. In the last episode, we drafted Ixton, and we had a more value-oriented one with Shingain Forge and Wisdom of the Elders in it. So not your normal Ixton deck that's more aggressive and pushing in damage. We also didn't get any Oni Forge Masters, so I'm not surprised the deck didn't do as well as we would have liked. If you missed that episode or any of the previous episodes from this season, I've linked the playlist in the top right corner of this video. Also, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're working our way towards 250 subscribers, and when we hit that milestone, we'll be raffling off a free one-on-one coaching session with me, where we'll draft together, we'll go through the games together, and hopefully help you improve. But I'm ready to get this climb through Diamond started, so without further ado, let's get into another draft. Okay, this pack looks fairly similar to what we saw in our last draft. I think Unraveling Fanatic was the first rare in that draft as well. And I really don't like this card because it, 1, dies to ping effects, and 2, draws your opponent's cards as well. The cards I'm looking at here are either Defiance or Courier Albatross. Defiance is a solid removal spell, and Courier Albatross is a nice flyer with a really high ceiling late game where you're getting a bigger flyer and drawing extra cards. Other than that, I don't think anything else is worth considering, so I'm definitely between these two cards. For me, I think I'm going to pick Courier Albatross here. I just prefer this card. I don't know if it's bomb level, which normally means you would pick the removal card, but I really do like this card. I think it's very strong, so gonna take it here. Probably just a Power Breach Sentinel. Could take Cartographer to remain more open, but I think I'd rather just take the more powerful card. Deadeye is a double pledger, and we would be in Ixton at that point, so don't really want to force myself into that. So I think I'll just take the Power Breach Sentinel here. So we have some removal here with Fall Short. We have Coastal Huntsman, which is nice if you have some Renown triggers. Also have Token of Knowledge just for some fixing. And if we do end up in Genev, then Huntsman is okay in that shell, but not as good as it is in the Ixton shell. Fall Short, I think, is probably better than Huntsman. But I think Huntsman is pretty decent. It goes along with Albatross, so I'm just going to take the Huntsman here. These cards are probably fairly equal in power level. Carnivorous Sauropod puts us into that Genev shell, and I think it's a great pickup here. Nothing else that really is very exciting to us. Nothing that's saying, pick me, like this is the place that's open. So I think Sauropod makes sense here. Lazy Firemane is okay. Sirocco Glider is nice. You are likely to get some relics in this shell, as shown by Frost Talisman, Honeypot. There's Shingain Forge as well. But I think I'm just going to take the Sirocco Glider here rather than the Lazy Firemane. So we have another Coastal Huntsman. We have Firemane Lioness, which is okay. But I think I'm just going to take another Huntsman and lean more into the Elysian side rather than spreading evenly into all three colors. Display of Knowledge is probably worth picking up here. Maybe we end up in Aurelian rather than Genev. So we'll take the display. I think it's better than Courtier. Don't think we're playing any of these cards, but I guess if we are really desperate for some beef at the top, we could play Runic Protector. At least it has Pledge on there, so we'll take that. None of these cards help us. We'll take the Spitfire as a potential relic. Another Sauropod. I like that more than Honeypot at this point. Another Huntsman. Makes sense to me. And a Honeypot. Okay, so I think we're pretty safe to say that we're going to be in Genev, especially with seeing a Sauropod that late. We would like some relic synergies because we have Honeypot, we have Sirocco Glider, so if we can get that, great. If we don't, that's okay too. And I think Insistent Automaton is really good in this deck because bouncing back a Sauropod so you can amplify it again, or bouncing back Albatross so you can amplify it again is really great. Or even if you have a Huntsman that has Killer, putting it back and refreshing the Killer is good too. So I'm going to take the Automaton here over the Welding Torch and the fixing of the Elysian Banner. Cryptic Etchings is a reasonable relic, and there's not really anything else here for us. Rooftop Vigilante coming through, Shard of the Spire coming through. Should we be taking Shard of the Spire? Maybe we would play this, splash for it. It is a relic and it works pretty well with a lot of our bodies. So yeah, let's take the Shard of the Spire. Maybe we actually play this. Cryptic Etchings is fine, but you're pretty likely to see another one of these. So here I think we can just take the solid Elysian Stranger. A little worried. Seems like Elysian might not be as open in packs 2 and 3, so that'll make for an interesting draft. Stone Scar Sneak is also just fantastic, but we don't have like any shadow cards at the moment, so I don't think it's worth taking here. Even Rebel Sharpshooter is pretty good, but I'm just going to take the fixing of the Elysian Stranger at this point. None of these cards are great. I think we likely take one of the 5 drops. I don't think we take... I mean, we could take the Island's Choice as another potential splash into Justice, but we hardly have enough fixing for our fire cards at the moment. So I think we should just kind of stay focused and take another Primal card here. And in this instance, I'm going to take the Aerial Ace over the Jotun Warrior. Okay, some nice choices here. We've got Ice Bow, we've got Amaran Archaeologist, we've got Lucky Prospector. I think Archaeologist is probably the best for us. We don't have the relics for Lucky Prospector. Ice Bow is pretty good, especially with Coastal Huntsman, but I think I'd rather have Archaeologist here for some fixing because we don't really have any yet. Okay, changey stick coming through. That's fantastic. And yet again, another cryptic etching. So we are likely to see this card, but definitely going to take changey stick here. Ooh, man, so many good cards here for us. Skycrag Stranger is nice fixing. Illumination Wisp is just a solid body. Really good when you pump it with Carnivorous Sauropod. And there's Skycrag Banner as well. This might be wrong, but I'm thinking I'm going to take the Illumination Wisp here. Hopefully we see more fixing. It's just sad that this was all in one pack, but I'm going to take the Wisp here. I'll take the Gale Prowler over the Topaz Drake, just because we don't know if we're going to be able to splash for fire yet. Another Elysian Stranger is fine. Stormlynx is better than Fossora, I think, so we'll take that. Adaptive Predator is some great top end, much needed. And Threaten. I think Lumen Defender is an easy pickup here. Don't really see much else for us. So yeah, let's take the Lumen Defender. Tundra Explorer is okay. We could pick up the Combray banner to try and splash for the Shard of the Spire. It would maybe play well with our deck, so... And Tundra Explorer isn't doing much for us. We have one spell at the moment, so it's really just a 3/3 for 3, which is not bad. But would I really splash for the Shard of the Spire? I think I would. I mean, this deck really would benefit from it. So yeah, let's take the banner here. Okay, we don't get punished because we get the Tundra Explorer anyway, so we'll take that here over the Xenon Stranger. And then we can just take fixing of Elysian Banner here. Another Automaton makes sense, I think. More fixing for Shard of the Spire, so like seeing that here. Spear Diver could be pretty decent top end, could also just take another Elysian banner. And this is really crazy with Shard of the Spire, so I think we're going to take the Spear Diver here. Don't love any of these cards because we're really starting to have way too many units. As weird as it seems, I think I'm going to take Gift of Battle here because buying back the Berserk with Insistent Automaton could be a way to close out a game. I think we'll take the Talon Dive over the Camel. Once again, we're really got a ton of units. Camel is good with Shard though, but let's just take the trick. Flash Freeze is always welcome. Violent Gust is fine, and another Aerial Ace. Okay, so before we make any picks here, let's figure out where we're at, what fixing we have, what holes we need to fill in this last pack. So we already have 19 units, but some of those we would be happy to replace. We only have a couple of ways of interacting with our opponent. Our fixing is all in Combra Legion, so I think we are probably going to splash for the Shard of the Spire, especially if we get another piece of fixing. And now we're just really looking to make the deck better. It seems like we're solidly in Elysian, and that's where we should focus our energy. Could take the Eternity Core to ramp up to higher levels of power. It is another relic that would help with cards like Sirocco Glider, but is that better than Temple Captain? We don't have a ton of time units. 8 of our 18 or 19 units are time at the moment. So I don't think this is great for us. Instead, I think I'm going to take the Eternity Core here. It does have some synergy in the deck, so I think it makes sense to take it. Parry is always welcome in an Elysian deck. You're usually pretty light on removal, so this is a nice pickup here. Also Scorpion and Cartographer. I would pick Cartographer before I pick Scorpion here though. But we'll just take the parry and keep it moving. Porcelain Mask does synergize with some of our Relics Matters cards, but I think we really only have Sirocco Glider. I don't think we need a 4th Coastal Huntsman, and I don't think we're playing Pack Beast or Reclusive Scholar though, so I'm going to take the Porcelain Mask here for some interaction. Maybe we play Iron Hook. I don't think so, but it's a possibility, I guess. Hey, that's a bomb. Holy cow, an Infused Guardian here too, but no way we're passing up Colossal Teriax. We're firmly in Elysian, so this is an amazing bomb that's coming to us late. Locust is great. Could also take Court Mage. Court Mage is obviously a lot better with the Shard of the Spire, but I think we have enough guys for that synergy. I think I'd rather just take the stronger card in Locust. None of these cards will make our deck, so we'll just take the one for the most Shift Stone. Once again, these cards won't make our deck. I don't think we'll play Unearth the Past, but I think we're more likely to play it than Fledgling Aviasaur. I guess this could be a 2/2 flyer with Aegis when we have Shard out though. But I think you're likely cutting this card. You're likely cutting both cards, so I don't think this pick matters too much, but we'll take the Aviasaur. And some quick autopilot picks here. We may play Awaken the Aegis, but I doubt it. Okay, so the biggest thing here is cutting down the units, I think. I think we can take out 1 Coastal Huntsman. This leaves us with 7 2-drops. I think Aviasaur can probably go. I think Gale Prowler probably goes. I think Ace probably goes. Everything else looks pretty solid. As far as attachments, I think Iron Hook can go. I think all the rest are fine. And then I'd say the worst spell is either Gift of Battle or Talon Dive. Maybe Violent Gust, but I think we probably just cut the Gift of Battle here. And then this puts us at 18 power, which I think is where we want to be. And now we just want to get the power add to the deck. No other fixing. So let's go back here. So this would be 3 sources if we just had 1 Justice Sigil, which I think is where we want to be, because we only have 1 Justice card, and we would like to play it on curve, but if we don't, I don't think it's the end of the world. And then we just want our time and our primal to be solid. This puts us up to 11 time and 11 primal, which I think is perfect. So I think this is our deck. Just want to close out this drafting and deck building portion of the episode by saying thank you for being here. I appreciate your support. Next, what will happen is we'll go into the games video where we'll first talk about the deck, what I think about it, its strengths and weaknesses, and then we'll actually play some games. Also, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, do so to make sure that you're entered into the raffle for the free coaching giveaway. I hope to see you in the next video.